Hello, my name's Hannah and I'm the C5 Nut. Well, this is actually part 2 of Robert's and Sarah's wedding. Unfortunately, the footage I had was so big, I had to do it in 2 parts. And yeah, well, basically, it follows the sort of speech of like the best man and things like that. Because by the time we got back it was so dark, or the light was really bad, I was unable to get any video, but I did manage to actually do some sort of voice recording. So what I'll do is I upload some videos or some photos of the bride and groom. I'm still having to look on my camera, but I need to get some bits for that, so I will do that shortly. But I've just got some generic photos of Robert and Sarah at some point in the last couple of months, so I will upload them. And yeah, well, let's get this show on the road.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a very good day. Obviously, we've had all the weather on our side.
Literally.
and everything's gone to plan, hasn't
Absolutely.
it? As you know, we're having a second celebration next year. The wedding that is a wedding or isn't a wedding or is a wedding.
Yes, that one.
That one.
one.
So I was asked to write a speech, and then I was told I don't need a speech. Then I was told I do need a speech. So I'd started writing one beforehand, so I'll have to miss out a bit about bridesmaids looking lovely.
Yeah, that isn't going to work.
Because he didn't have any, so it's not going to work for this one, is it?
James, where's your frock? Do you know?
Yeah,
We can soon have it arranged. Get dressed.
we've got any flowers? We've got any flowers
That won't
around?
be the last.
We've got any flowers around? Because James will be a flower girl.
There's some flowers in the car.
I walked around workshop yesterday with the flowers, thank you very much.
You can see he did it. He came to workshop to get the flowers with me, bless him. And to get my nails done. Bless him, he didn't need to.
Well, then look at yours, just make sure you didn't get yours.
I did offer to go in with her, but she said no.
No, just stay out there.
Robert, are you paying attention?
I am.
Before going any further, I must point out that this is a best man speech and you have no right of reply to this. All you have to do is sit there and blush.
I dread to think what's coming.
It's Ben, what do you expect?
That's what I'm worried about.
I don't know how many weddings you've been to, but as you're only in your mid-20s, for you it's probably not a case of always being the bridesmaid and never the bride. But here we go. The best man speech is traditionally my opportunity on behalf of everyone here to embarrass you. It's also my job to make Sarah laugh and not cry.
Like it.
I have to change this bit of the speech because I've written it beforehand. It did originally say, I first met Robert here in this very location, in Wetherby. But we're not really in Wetherby.
No, we're not.
I met Robert 5 years ago at a Citroen car club meet. He asked me to look at his car because he had a problem. And I said, well mate, that's beep. This is a family-friendly occasion, so I'm not going to say exactly what I said, but I'll only describe it as broken. Royally broken, properly broken.
Was that the Zara?
It didn't go down too well with Robert.
That was the Zara that was blowing smoke all over the field, wasn't it?
I can't remember which one,
Probably.
but you know,
I
the details
wish.
don't matter, but the
carry
basis
on.
of the story is true. And I said, that's completely broken, mate. It's going to only be repairable by a professional, and there's nothing you can do DIY on this, I'm afraid. So Robert was obviously quite upset, and to this day, that car is outside his mum's house rusting away.
Still? No. I've still got it. No way.
Yeah, it's still sat like Mandy's.
Wow.
Still waiting to be picked up, still waiting to be brought down.
I was talking to Mandy earlier in the car, and she said, well, it's obviously going to cost him more money. The longer he leaves it, the more it's going to cost to fix it, and he's got some sentimental value with it. He'll probably never want to throw it away. But it can't be worth anything more than scrap. Which is true.
Probably, yeah.
But one thing that isn't rusting is Robert's love for Sarah. So now it's traditionally time for a character assassination.
That's not going to be hard.
Followed by a small redeeming factor so that the audience think Robert's not so bad after all. Oops. Can you hold that, please? I've tried to list out Robert's good points and his bad points.
I think you've got the wrong way round. there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there's
Robert's
the wrong
good
way round.
points and his bad points. That's a good one, that.
I like that. Yeah.
You can use that if you're the best man, Robert. You got my copyright on it.
I like
Um,
that.
But he's not so bad after all. Robert has a strong sense of right and wrong. He's always right, and everyone else is always... You know him, don't you? Robert's a kind, perceptive lad who's always willing to help people and offer guidance, assistance, and I told you so comments. Because he's never wrong, obviously none of these stories ever happened. Robert, as I said at the beginning, you don't have any right to be quoted. Robert has an opinion on most things mechanical. As well as using a polishing machine on the car outside his mum's house that's dying, and he polished so hard it had no paint left on the door.
That wasn't me.
But again, it wasn't his fault. Robert's favourite tool is a hammer. For mechanical persuasion, if it won't move, hit it with a hammer. If it still won't move, hit it with a bigger hammer. And then you'll get a saw out and try and cut it off anyway. Again, it wasn't his fault that went wrong, but, another time when Robert wasn't wrong,
Oh God.
he was driving down a dark road near York, having just dropped Sarah off at work, and he saw a police car. You know where this is going, don't you?
No.
No.
Oh.
He saw a police
Right,
car
yeah.
and a policeman who was obviously out looking for something. Robert, being very, very fond of the right foot and the accelerator pedal in his car, passed the policeman and then thought, oh, that's okay, put his foot down, and then ran over the dog the policeman was looking for.
No. You ran over a dog.
No, I hit it and it ran off.
He then some stern words from the policeman, and the dog survived. Again, it wasn't Robert's fault. But like all good mechanics, we've lost Sarah now. I don't know if she's going to cry.
Sarah,
I'm,
you're meant to be here.
I'm going to pause at this point.
Dear Rosie,
I'll drink some of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's not much to go now.
I'm so glad you said that because I'd never have heard of that story if it wasn't for you.
I would
didn't
have told
know
you.
about- you
I
didn't
would
know
have
about-
told you, but it happened at the beginning of last year, and I haven't really properly spoke to you since then.
Was that in the Silver C5?
That's why it's missing its front grille. I told you about it before.
He broke part of his car.
Oh, it's kicked now on it. There we are. Yeah.
You know what's going to happen?
I don't know. I helped the cop get it into the back of the police car, and he sort of took my number plate and then sort of drove off. The dog was fine. I mean, I was almost at a stop when I hit it, but it didn't make a right thud. But what he's not saying is that this road literally had no street lighting or anything.
Oh, right,
It
okay,
was
so
like
it's
a
the
Yeah, but
country
you still
lane
have-
in the middle of nowhere.
Headlamps on your car. I drive slower at night. I think everybody else does.
Maybe.
Sorry,
Maybe.
I can't hold my
Should
blood.
have said, these
That's okay, Sarah.
The modern cars don't have lights or.
No, we don't have lights, do we? No.
and
No.
indicators.
Oh, that's a
point.
BMW special, that is. No indicators.
Robert, like all good mechanics, he does know his limits when he's doing his DIY. He didn't dare try fitting the tow bar to his car, the one just out there. So he wanted my help and came round to my house to help with it. So then it would be my fault if it went wrong. Robert didn't have the balls to try cutting away his bumper to fit the tow hook. So he demanded that I do it. I said, I'm not the best man for this. I'm not very good at cutting straight lines freehand with a saw. But he still insisted that I did it. He then spent the next hour perfecting the cut that he didn't want to do. The cut that only the next dog that he runs over will ever see, because it's at the bottom of the bumper out of sight. But anyway, Robert has realised he can't continue in his spiral of bachelorhood, and Sarah's taking Robert away. Before the authorities come to take him away. I spoke to Sarah about Robert. She said she's looking forward to improving Robert. And only has a short list of things she wants to change about him. Obviously, Robert loves Sarah very much. And Sarah has improved Robert's life much since they met. I'm sure Robert will be a loving and caring and loyal husband. A bit like a good dog, but less obedient. We ask you to raise your glasses to Robert. Robert.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you. I like that. That was good.
I'll be taking more stories anytime in the next 12 months before part 2 of the wedding.
So
Exchange of vows
if
and
you
the big
know
white
already,
dress.
just tell it.
So-
It's a little bit
How long have you
stagnated.
got? Yeah.
You can find me on Facebook and send me any messages you want, and we can add more stories about Robert.
Actually, there is one story you could add in.
Now's the time to save more.
Like the fact of he was coming here with a trailer tent and not realising that his spring broke.
What?
He
No,
did have
we,
to
we
fix his-
changed them.
Yeah,
He did
but
have to fix
literally
his
on the
car on
day when you
Sunday
went to
after
hook it up.
We put the bicycles on the roof, put the luggage in the boot, hooked the trailer tent up, and I was like, that looks a bit low. Took the trailer tent off, checked the nose weight. Nose weight was about 70 kilos. It was a bit over, so I moved all the weight about in the trailer, took it to about 60 kilos, put it on. It was still low. Looked underneath. The driver's side was sat on its bump stops. The other side was perfectly fine.
His car was sat like this.
Yeah, literally. And so I had to unhitch the trailer, drive into York, go to Euro car park.
No,
get a
you
couple
had to telephone me and go, shit, what do I do?
Yeah, that was the first one.
So strangely enough, he did that. He did that with me
It
too.
was phone Ben in a sheer panic.
He was going-
Followed by Hannah, who was driving up the A1 at the time.
Yeah.
And then the
Followed by
next thing
Ben.
he said was, I've not got time to do it properly. I'm in a hurry to go on holiday.
But
Well, get there
anyway,
if you don't do it properly.
I went into York, got a pair of springs, changed one and left.
Changed one.
Yeah, the other one's still in the caravan.
On the advice of the only qualified mechanic here.
Me!
Yeah.
So it's your fault.
That's
if
my
anything
fault.
happens.
Yeah.
Well, I did say to him,
You
right?
are taking the... You know,
No,
it's
no,
always-
that's fine.
It's not my
That-
fault.
that's fine.
It's your fault.
I was only like 10 miles away from this place, right? I said to him, look, I'll come straight up there and I'll come and give you a hand. And he goes, no, it's fine. I've done the first one, but I'll leave the second one until later. Okay.
You told me to leave the second one till later.
Well, you said to me, what's my opinion of leaving it?
He's just going to leave it until we get back now.
Well, either way, it's
I thought you
Hannah's
said he was
fault.
going to do it while we're
It's not
here.
Hannah's fault, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't really got around to it, have we, really?
But the funny thing is actually when he was reversing the trailer tent on, I did notice that the brakes were over adjusted on the trailer tent, and he was nearly burnt half of his clutch out just to put it there.
It's gone well this week. Really well.
Oh, and then
I mean, it's not as if anything's collapsed. Oh,
no.
Oh, yeah.
But the funny thing is, come to me with the caravan, go to open up the caravan door and realise he's left half of his keys back at home.
Well, no, let's go all of them.
Yeah.
All of
The
them.
whole set.
The whole set.
Luckily, I had a caravan key on my car keys because I always do. And
that happens to be my
there was a
key that I
spare,
gave to
there was a
you.
spare toilet and battery cupboard key in the caravan, and Hannah broke into the front locker for the gas, so it was all fine.
Did you pick locks or did you use
I
brute force?
got loads of spare parts in the van, so I keep load of like
Misty down, it's all wet.
keys and God knows what else. I managed to use the key in trying to make the lock work.
Just you saying congratulations.
Persuade it.
Yeah, persuade it.
Mechanical persuasion, as I said, you get a hammer, then a bigger hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who
Oh.
speaks next?
Michael.
I was going to say Father of the Bride.
It's technically Dad, but I haven't actually asked him if he wanted to.
I'm
do
sure.
a speech,
I'm sure
but
that he
I'm
can
sure-
stand on the spot and come up with
I'm
something.
sure
that-
All he has to say is how lovely you are.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not.
go on, Dad.
No,
say
not
it is
Sarah.
how lovely Sarah is.
it. I need to have a drink now.
All right,
I'm
you
out.
stay
And-
there.
and-
You stay there.
You may as well just grab them two that's on there and just come in.
Do you just want both of them, darling?
You may as well just come in.
That's my beer, please.
Very much point in wasting,
The beer.
isn't it?
I'll tell you what, I've never tried Bucks Fizz, but after drinking that, that's quite nice.
Good stuff.
I thought you'd like that because you like
Yeah.
sweet drinks.
I drink
It's
it like
lovely.
pop and
He
get
drinks it
absolutely
like
hammered.
pop. It's
I love it.
absolutely horrid.
All I'm going to say is thank you for a good day.
Well,
Brought the brilliant weather with you, as normal.
We try to.
Yeah. And wish you both all the very best.
Thank you.
cheers, Mick.
To the lovely bride and groom.
Mrs.
Taylor.
Taylor. Thank you.
The one thing he did say on the way up, Robert, that he was going to say, but he don't because of your mum and sister sat there, is that Robert, please look after my daughter.
Of course. I hope I've been doing that already, but yes, of course. I will continue to do so.
Have you got a shotgun?
Well, I suppose, does anyone else want to say anything?
Well, technically, Elise is as close as to a standing bridesmaid. So I suppose that, you know...
No, not really.
Oh, Elisa will say something, I'm sure.
Thank you for arranging today. It's been, sunshine, having everything all the way.
If we were in Spain, yeah?
Can't go.
Exactly, if we were in Spain, it'd be sunny though, wouldn't it?
No, and, you know, I do wish you both all the best.
Thank you.
And hope it goes really well. And
James.
for just, you know, everybody that owns a dog, keep them in a lead near Robert, because obviously they're not interested. I've seen him drive today, that was bad enough.
that was bad enough.
Luckily I wasn't in the car.
We didn't mention the swerve on the M1.
Did
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see that blue car at the back
No, we
here?
didn't.
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Eh?
Yeah, after giving him a
Did you
mouthful.
see how much room he left before he
Yes, I
pulled
did.
in?
Yeah, it was tight.
Are you guys ready?
But anyway,
It was tight, yes.
apart from Robert's driving,
Don't have to be anything.
you know, Sarah has been very happy. She seems very happy. She lies a lot, so it's fine.
Human nature.
I lie a lot, alright? Okay, that's
But
new
no,
to me.
she's been very, very happy, and as I just hope that we both are very happy for the future, and it's all sunshine.
What?
Oh, it's just coming out.
We're hoping so.
But no, good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting this day on. And
Tried our best.
obviously, next year is going to be beautiful sunshine.
Yes.
No,
And it's going to
no
be a
wind.
fantastic day.
It is. It's going to be great next year.
indoors.
The thing is, today has brought you all memories.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I think we've all
That's what it's
persevered
got
and
to
just enjoyed it
memories.
regardless.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all about memories, isn't it?
Yeah.
So here's to you two. and
Thank you.
Thank you, Elisa.
Cheers.
All the best.
Thank you.
What? Is it?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Is it?
So you need what?
The little presents.
Little box.
Because
Well, I'll do that. I'll do that. While I,
no, you
what?
sit there
No.
and you do your speech.
I was going to come back to do my speech and then hand them out.
I'll get it.
Okay, darling.
I'll go.
No, you're supposed to listen to your
You're meant to listen
speech.
to him.
Oh,
I'll wait till she comes back. It's fine. Don't worry. Don't panic.
It's dry now, I'll go and get Mims. I'll leave Darcy in the car. She won't cook.
Robert and Sarah asked if they could give you all a little gift.
Is this where I say yes?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the one and only time Robert agreed with me.
Yeah, but
Have that on video,
I
please.
just thought I'd say.
in all fairness, just being here is a gift enough.
Creep.
What? I've been here a week. It's fine.
So they wanted to give something to each and every one of you as a memento, and also in a way Robert was saying that you all needed something, you all needed a new one.
I was absolutely,
You've got
yes.
three on top.
100%.
3 what?
Weren't you?
3
big
what looks on
girlfriend.
the door.
Yeah, when she was.
You need more than
I did
that,
ask for a blow up, but you know, it was.
mate. Are you doing that or am I?
Robert going to Summers asking for 10 blow balls.
Right, we need to wait for your mum.
Candles might be in.
It's fine, darling.
Your friend's here.
Yeah, it's
The
fine.
flower ones are okay for your sister. 'Cause they're vegan.
The green one.
Any of the flower ones,
the
it's
pink
just the
ones.
peach ones
Good
Right.
night to the well.
you can't have, but any
Okay.
of the others are vegan.
Right.
Okay. Well, do you want to give it a purple one there
This
in
way.
the middle? Oh, yeah.
That's just clogged me in the face.
Don't worry, I'll pass them to you.
Yeah, I have to actually open
She was
the box
excited.
for you.
She was
For you.
putting them on.
Very special gift.
Right,
Organised and, you know, as I hadn't met most of you, I was quite sort of, you don't really buy somebody like this, you know, but Robert said
A
you
little
needed
present to
one.
say thank you.
Okay.
Shall I pass them down?
No,
No, we're handing
Alright.
them out.
The dog's
These
getting tangled
are
up.
vegan friendly, so you are okay to use them, alright?
Thank you.
Ben.
Oh,
There you go, Ben, a little thank you to
take
him.
Mimsy.
Come in.
Just take Mimsy's lead off. I think that'd be alright. She misbehaves then.
There
Thank
go,
you.
We're getting kicked out.
Yeah, got that.
Ben's got one.
No, sorry, James. And your dad and Lisa.
You've got one as well.
Oh, and we've got one as well.
You've
Okay.
got one as well.
Down.
I'll take
There's
this
a
one.
couple there for you. Well, that one actually, for Robert, 'cause he likes flowers.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Tell you what, I hope we've got a pair looking now.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Enjoy.
for all coming.
Right.
At least it did
Oh, it's nice to say, it's even got the stripe down the bonnet, Rob.
Another car to add to my collection.
White wheels. That is going to go in
Too right.
the sleeker.
Yeah.
No, not that over.
Well, the thing is you can have racing the full black car.
Oh, even better.
It's even green like my little green one.
Oh, you got a green one! Oh, wow!
This is working out good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't believe we've even got the bonnet stripe.
I don't know what he tried to say about you all needing a new car. That's
Yeah, you see what we bought with us.
Well, I'll make a joke about Robert and a rusting old car knackered outside his mum's house. I've got 2 knackered ones in my house.
Well, half of a knackered one in your house.
I've got a knackered one set outside my house at the moment.
Is there anything you'd like to say, Mother?
No,
See,
you
yeah.
might want to remind Robert to
The only thing.
be
the only
obedient to
thing,
Sarah.
well, it was basically what you said, but the only thing is that thank you, Sarah, for taking Robert away.
Oh, your dad did forget something to say, Sarah.
Oh.
It's there's no return to Rob.
Thank you.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers.
Love you.
I love you too. Hi,
Down,
Emma.
doggy. Thank you.
Right, I'm going to try ringing again to get some food.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we ordering? Or do we already know?
We already know, don't we?
Everything, a chicken booner.
We're gonna order
Make sure it's a
a-
chicken
Yeah,
booner.
beef
Well, there's going to be others that will be acceptable.
Just Ben.
Lots of poppadoms.
Just make sure there's a beef Rogan for Robert.
Nothing spicy.
Beef Rogan Josh.
And
Beef
something that
burger.
isn't spicy, like a korma.
Vegetable, vegetable corn.
What? I've got a boomer.
Oh, veggie korma. You up?
I've got a boomer, chicken boomer.
No,
That's
for
fine.
Mum, sorry.
Oh.
Mum, sorry.
A korma as well then.
Yeah, vegetable corn.
I think they've literally just got thingy for.
They're
Mimsy!
gonna-
You're going to go back in the car.
The takeaway's gonna cry. Oh dear.
No, they'll, I was saying
So,
Don't go that way out.
they'll love
Shut
it.
that
once
door.
Ben comes back, isn't this the point at which we should have a first dance?
Don't
We
have
did
to be over for 2
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Okay, we're going with what we said.
If we had big families, we'll just stick
Oh,
it
wait.
in and just say, right,
Right, well what I'll do
for
is...
5 people, budget £250.
That we're playing in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, they used
Good old me again. Right. This is the first dance, followed by the father of the bride dance and things like that. Sadly, due to copyright laws on YouTube, I'm not able to play the actual music that was played at the time. So I have got some copyright-free music which I will put in place. But please bear, if you know the couple really well and you're still quite eager to know what was actually played on there, I will be not selling, stupid. I will be sending Robert the full copy of the generic video. So if you want to actually hear it in person without being on YouTube, please contact them. I'm sure they would be more than happy to actually play it to you. Okay, well, again, let's crack on.
both.
Nah, it's fine, thanks, mate.
Everyone's actually listening.
Mainly oil. My wife and I.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My
Tastes
wife
the
and
same.
I, yes. Indeed. Are we ready?
You probably want to
So,
stop
yes,
the music.
It's been an interesting 3.5 years, which has included, moving house 4 times, living in a caravan for 8 months, 2 European holidays, and goodness knows whatever else in between. We've done all
Fucking hell, we've
sorts.
done alright, not we, in the 3
have.
years that we've been together. Wow. This is mental.
I don't think either of us could really think of a better way to do it than in the pouring down rain underneath the shelter when it's windy, you know, all sat round in club chairs. If there's one thing that we've done, it's certainly come together in everything, you know, and this is definitely one thing we've come together in. Having been a lady that's never really been on a campsite. Yeah, I don't really know what more you want me to say. You've all met us and you know how we work, and you know we've both got a lot of. We've both got a lot of love for each other, and we're both incredibly happy, aren't we?
Yeah.
I hope so. Anyway, I am. And judging by your smile earlier, I think you were too.
I wouldn't have bloody said yes at the registry office if not, you know.
So yes, thank you to everyone for coming. I know it's been a long way for some of you and a bit of a fart on for others, and certainly for us. We've not had the most luck, have we really?
No.
So thank you to all. Thank you for Ben for your great speech. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the evening.
We look forward to seeing you all next year.
Next year, yes,
For the
indeed.
big
That is
event,
very true.
alright?
Yes.
We hope you will all join us.
Indeed. And now we can get drunk and have a party. Although not a loud one, but you know, we can get drunk and have a party.
Have a party as long as you don't make a noise.
Not too much noise.
Silent party.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Silent disco.
Thank you.
Did you bring headphones for everyone?
And a toast to the now Mrs. Taylor.
Yay.
So here, here,
Here.
here, here to Mrs. Taylor. Cheers, darling.
Cheers.
I love you very much.
I love you too.
Here's to many happy married years. Not that we already are.
We act like a married couple
We
anyway
do.
before.
We do indeed. Ooh.
No, we just have an excuse.
Indeed.
Right, let's get the party on, eh?
I need a week.
Well, what an interesting day. It's been fantastic. Totally love the wedding and everything else. I understand that not everyone can be at this little event, so therefore I just hope that this video that I've done sort of brings it justice, and hopefully, you know, make it look like that you guys were there too. Congratulations again to Mr. and Mrs. Taylor, and I hope in the years to come you have many happy years, sort of memories and all that stuff. I've had quite a few, so bear with me on this one. The weather has turned really bad. I mean, it's chucking it down the rain outside, but I just wanted to use this time to basically finish this video. Basically, you know, that this is the second part of the wedding, so I will be uploading this tomorrow, so for you guys it'd be Friday. So yeah, what can I say? Absolutely fantastic. Shame the weather was raining, but it is what it is. Yeah, good old England. Anyway, I would like you guys, if you are watching this, to get your drinks and toast to the new Mrs. and Mr. Taylor. Right. Well, thank you ever so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And fairly soon, we will check up on Mrs. and Mr. Taylor. Well, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.